This video aims to discuss the new grading system that AUC is going to apply in spring 2020, whereby students will be allowed to move their grades to credit or F instead of regular letter grading. Why have we decided to go for this path? A lot of universities globally have recognized that and have already moved to such systems. The situation globally is very unusual. While faculty are doing their best in online instruction, students have expressed a lot of anxiety for the current situation. And the Student Union has actually expressed that and provided us with a recommendation with concerns from the students. We understand this. What we care about is the well-being of our students as well as the learning experience. And that's why we came up with this decision that we need to be flexible and we offer an extra service or an extra option for the students. We followed a very thorough process to come up with this resolution. It started by doing an intensive research about what happened worldwide and what other universities have been doing. We recognized that a large number of students of universities, even more than 150 universities, already opted for this pass-fail or credit, no credit option for their students. There was actually a hashtag called PassFailNation. We analyzed what happened there and looked at it from the perspective of AUC. We also received a proposal from the Student Union, not just expressing the concerns of the students, but also with recommendations in that direction that we found very useful, and I would like to praise them for that. And then we had several options on how to implement it, and we discussed it thoroughly at the Provost Council, came up with a recommendation, passed it to the Senate, and the Senate had a discussion at the executive level, and then another discussion among the committees. The Senate came up with a resolution, and it was again discussed at the Provost Council and approved by the Provost, and we are all happy that this proposal is approved by all stakeholders for the best for the students and the learning experience. This resolution starts as follows. The process is faculty submit their grades regularly, and the final grades are posted on the system. However, after the grades are all posted, students will have the right to request from the registrar to change one or more of the grades from a letter grade to credit. And if they do that, the registrar will compile all these requests and will change them on the system accordingly. So the students, after the grades are posted, will have the time to think about it, maybe consult with an advisor, and come up with a decision, request it to the registrar, and the grade will be changed immediately before the next semester is ready. The faculty will not be affected at all by this resolution because the faculty are going to submit their grades regularly with no change. And because there is, we are at the end of the semester and the students are eager to get good grades because many of them aim for declaration, and many of them aim to improve their scores. So many of the students will do their efforts at maximum in order to perform. So we believe that faculty will not be affected. They will submit their regular grading system, and hopefully this system will allow the students to be more relaxed, focus on learning, and do well at the end.
What does a credit mean? Credit means it's a past course. It is going to be an optional grade that students can opt for after receiving their final grades. For the undergraduates, it can be switched for any grade from A to D. For the graduates, it's any grade from A to C. And what implication does it have on the GPA? It does not affect the GPA. However, it is counted within your earned hours and it fulfills the requirement. Versus what is an F? An F is the regular standard letter grade for the F grade that already AUC adopts. And that means that it's not counted in your earned hours. It is affecting your GPA, and the course or requirement is not fulfilled and it will have to be retaken. So after I see my grades are posted on the system, I definitely recommend that all students seek their advisors or the registrar if needed to have a clear plan which courses to be changed and how many courses can I change. There is no limit to the number of courses that can be switched from any passing letter grade to the CR.
There are two kinds of supports that the Academic Advising Center is going to adopt in this project or during this period. The first phase is going to be from now and up until the drop deadline, which the provost has announced to be extended till May 7th. And during this period, the advisors are going to help students and support them in making the decision of whether to drop the course or not. So if they fear that they're going to get an F grade, for example, the 7th of May is only a couple of days away from the last day of classes, so they can consult with their instructor and the Academic Advising Center on the possibility of dropping the class. The second phase is going to start right after the registrar posts the letter grades. During this period, the academic advisors are going to work directly with their students, so students can directly correspond with their academic advisor or can seek us on our generic email, which is aamc@aucegypt.edu, in order to select which courses to opt for credit and which to leave as letter grades and so on. So this is the kind of support we provide.
How do I, as a student, switch or put my selection of the standard letter grade to the CR? As we said, this is going to be the time to think and study this action is going to be after the final grades are posted. The registrar office will be sending before the end of the semester a detailed email to all students with the instructions to follow and the form that will need to be filled out and submitted directly to the registrar to take action. And the deadline will be included on that email as well. However, meanwhile, if you have any questions or inquiries on the change or the switch itself, you certainly can send us an email at regiscapp@aucegypt.edu. So it's again regiscap with a double P @aucegypt.edu. And this email has been activated by the registrar office only for the purpose of responding to inquiries related to this grading policy.
For declaration purposes, the standard letter grades are going to be taken into consideration in order to determine the student's eligibility to declare. So again, the standard letter grades, even if the students opted for the credit option, the standard letter grades are going to be used in the matriculation of the declaration. However, of course, the student will benefit from the credit option in their overall GPA.
We have our students that currently are on probation. The good news is that they do not have to worry or panic about anything. The decision is that the probation is going to be extended up until the following semester. So the deficiency of the overall GPA is supposed to be cleared by end of fall and not by spring. This has been considered by the administration while planning the policy, because the main concern here is your well-being. However, this does not mean that you should not be exerting all your efforts and focusing on your studies. Please do your best to earn the highest grades you can. But again, just put in mind that if it does not happen in 1 or 2 courses, do not worry, probation is still extended to the end of the fall. But please give it a chance and put in your best effort.
To conclude, this resolution has been done after consultation with all stakeholders. We wanted to take our time to make sure that all issues are taken into consideration and all stakeholders are involved. We believe that this resolution has been done for, first and foremost, for the well-being of our students and for the learning experience. That's why I urge all the students to relax, try to maximize the learning, and do their best in their courses, and use this as a last resort option once the courses are done, so that they benefit from the courses, and at the end they relax. They relax. If something wrong happens, they still have some way out. I hope that this is going to make people much more relaxed. I hope that this will allow for a great learning experience, and I hope that this time will end soon and we will return back to our normal process very soon. Till then, I wish you all the best. Thank you.